There he was there. That's a better shot.
He's coming forward. Oh dear me.
It's just accidental.
Nathan, the Hitman Heaney!
You have to feel a lot of sympathy for Jack Blackley. I wonder if he'll get another chance.
Andrew Hay! Moses, the
He's a knockout machine as a junior amateur.
Whatever he decides to do, I've got an answer for it, so it makes no difference.
Very serious.
I've got the power to knock anybody out.
He is a complete raving lunatic. He goes from calm to just like, I'm going to murder everyone in the room. Within about half a second.
For me, I'm ready for whatever. If he does fly at me, he's going to cop for a big one. And if he takes it, then I'll be ready to die. He's going to get what's coming to him.
In boxing, the heavyweight division always hits the hardest. Whilst Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk hold all the jewels, one contender stands alone as the biggest threat to the champions.
Everybody else is scared of you.
A man who has not once tasted defeat, who knows no backward step and never retreats, who crushes whatever stands at his feet.
Joe Joyce by knockout.
They call him the Juggernaut. Unbeaten, Joe Joyce is on a mission to become the heavyweight king with his granite chin, thudding power and relentless engine. It is only a matter of time before this Olympic silver medalist gets his hands on the gold. Or is it? Whilst the Juggernaut has steamrolled his way to mandatory challenger, there is now a great wall that stands in his way. A gigantic block that nobody has yet to truly climb over. The Big Bang, Zhilei Zhang has been watching, waiting, wanting, just like Joyce. He has silver. He plans to make gold. Power, punch resistance, heart. A colossus that should have his own position in the queue to the World's Heavyweight Championship. That was unfairly taken from him. On Saturday, April 15th, two giants collide as unbeaten heavyweight juggernaut Joe Joyce takes on Zhilei Big Bang Zhang at London's Copper Box Arena. Only one giant will be left standing.
Oh dear,
it's a
dear,
bad
dear,
one.
and the fight's been stopped.
This is a tough contest for Heaney.
There he was there. That's a better shot.
He's coming forward. Oh
dear me.
It's just accidental.
Nathan the Hitman Heaney.
You have to feel a lot of sympathy for Jack Blackley. I wonder if he'll get another chance.
Andrew Hay. Moses the
He's a knockout machine as a junior amateur.
Well, welcome to Telford. We are back here. It is officially weigh-in day. Joining me is a man who's got a vested interest in the show. You've got a couple of fighters on it. It's, of course, Mr. Steffi Ball. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. Good to be here again, Telford. Jason had a good win last time out. We were here against the Cool VA, so hoping
to build on that performance, not his last one.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's it been like with Jason? Obviously, you're with Jason Cunningham, Raven Chapman as well. What's it been like with Jason in the last kind of year or so? Obviously, there's been a bit of a storm. There's been plenty of controversy as well. But ultimately, he's here. He's got to fight again. It's kind of lost that momentum a little bit.
Yeah.
What's it been like?
It's been very hard. I mean, to be totally honest and truthful, it's been an hard time for Jason after, like you say, riding the crest of his wave. Finally, to be in his early 30s and finally get to the pinnacle through hard work and landing the promotional contract with Queensbury, coming off his best wins in great performances, to wanting to test himself at world level, and then getting knocked out, but then finding out the failed drugs test after the fight and the B sample failing. It's been very hard to get him back motivated. He's been down. He's shall we use the words depressed? He's been depressed. He had a few months of a really hard time. Not the Jason we all know. So questioning, is it still there? Does he still want it? And he's dug himself out of that deep hole that he had, and he's back in good spirits. He's had some fantastic sparring with Sonny Edwards over the last few weeks, and we're very grateful for that and their help. And I think he's still there, and I think he's got his own personal. He needs to show himself, not me, not anybody else. He needs to show himself that he's still the number one super bantamweight in Europe.
And he says that. He also says he's the number one super bantamweight in the Queensbury stable. Apologies, there's going to be plenty of people walking across the screen. It is away and it's quite chaotic. He says he's the number one super bantamweight in the Queensbury stable. Now, there is a British and European champion also in the Queensbury stable called Liam Davis, and he's being linked to that fight should he come through this. How do you see that fight going? Obviously, full respect to Miguel Gonzalez. It's a tough fight to come back, but Liam Davis is...
To be totally honest, as a coach, I've not even been... I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Liam. I can remember sending his manager, Errol, who I get on really well with, a message after he won the English title a couple of years ago, saying, you've got a really good kid there, mate. So I've always had my eye on him. He reminded me of, like... a Jamie McDonald, tall, rangy. He's got all the attributes, and he's shown great momentum, and he's on great form. But where I'm at is, I've not really been watching him and studying him as tactically as I would as a coach, because we're here and we're busy with Gonzalez. So he's got a big job still to do tomorrow night. Gonzalez is no easy pushover. Yes, he's coming up the weights. He's defeats have come to Paul Butler in 2 world title attempts. He's coming off a win.
At a high level,
yes,
right?
He's I wouldn't say, I'm not going to kid anybody and say he's world level. He's fringe world level. It's one of them fights where it's not a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
it is a fight, and Jason's going to have to show. I think he's got a chance to show he is still number one in Europe, because he does believe that, and the form before the Tete. Like, say, take
Paul
that.
Suggested that.
Take that Tete fight out of the equation. You tell me what, like, Jason was.
Top of the tree. Absolutely.
Exactly. So
top of the tree,
he's, what happens with Tete, we'll see. No contest, and Jason's got to get that. I think he's got a chance to get that momentum going again.
Well, look. We're looking forward to seeing the return of the Iceman, and let's see how much ice he's got left. He says he's got plenty. What about Raven Chapman?
Yes.
I mean, this is fight number 6, I believe, for Raven Chapman. It seems to be that she wanted Lucy Sedlakova. It looked like that was going to be who she was going to fight. Late pullout, and now she's got Linda Laura Lecker. How do we feel about this opponent?
Well, it's like, I think first and foremost, Queensbury have done a fantastic job bringing this in at such short notice. I think it's like 10 days we found out. And I'd not even told Raven for a day or two the situation we're in, because some fighters would just go and have a meltdown and it's like explaining to the whole team that, like, we're one of the best promotional outfits in the world. You will be fighting, and we will be getting the best available opponent, and we've brought in a former world champion, so that's been delivered. She's still got to have that A game on, and I think Raven's got to be, like, stepping up now. I think this girl's never been stopped, I believe.
Yeah.
So what a statement it would be if Raven can get out of there. And I know personally Raven will be looking to do that job and get back on a KO streak. She's had a couple of points wins, albeit at world level opponents. I mean, I think that she recently fought in Dubai. If that would have been in UK, that fight would have definitely been. I've never seen a one-sided beatdown in all my years in boxing.
Well,
so.
are you anticipating a one-sided beatdown for Raven Chapman?
I'm expecting a stoppage from Raven. Yeah, I really do. I think Raven's got good momentum now. She's doing fantastic with her team. She's building training camps. She's now getting used to the TV. She's getting used to the big stage. She's becoming more relaxed. I mean, seeing her here over the last couple of days.
Same tailor as Tyson Fury as well, by the way.
Yeah, well, she does look
bad.
very dapper as well, by the way, at that press conference yesterday. But yeah, I think, Raven's got the potential to be a superstar. And I think she speaks well, she looks well on the eye. And when you get in that ring, what you want to see is venom. She gets in there with real tent to hurt, and you don't see it much in the female boxing.
100%,
and
completely agree.
she's very strong. She wants to excite, and she certainly will put bums on seats.
Look, she'll do that, and I'll tell you, she'll definitely do that if she fights Amanda Serrano, who she appears to be on a bit of a promise with. It sounds like they're mates. They had a lovely Nando's. Did you go to Nando's?
I did
you
go to
attend?
Nando's.
You missed out, mate.
I know. She owes me a Nando's, to be fair.
Amanda Serrano owes you a Nando's. But tell me, do you think that when could you look at someone like Amanda Serrano? Obviously, she's very top of the tree. She's got all the belts, but if you want one, you're going to have to go and see her.
Exactly. I mean, the truth of the matter is, while ever Amanda's got all the belts, you have got to look at that. So, I mean, I will be having a chat what the road path is after this fight. If she looks like as good as I think she will do, I think we want to be looking at some southpaw opponents over the next 6-12 months to be pushing her and preparing for a fight with Serrano. That's as real as it gets.
Well, there's plenty of people walking around getting in the line of the camera. I believe one of those people was Andrew Kane. I don't think there is a man in the building that will tell Andrew Kane, you can't walk in front of the camera. I won't be doing it. Will you be doing it?
No, not at all.
Certainly not. Shouldn't have to. But I won't be doing that. I will let you go, Steffi. I think you've got fighters to be with.
No problem.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. Good chatting. Say what you said off camera about me.
I did say you're my new favourite on Twitter.
Yeah, that.
Controversy at its best. He delivers.
Fishing. And look at that from one man to the next. Look at this. The wrecking ball. Thank you, Steffi. The wrecking ball is here.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, mate. I wasn't gonna beat you up or anything. You're all right.
Yeah, all good.
I'm good, mate.
He's right.
Look, before we go to all of this, let's have a quick chat with you. How's things? It was a breakout year last year, mate. You're doing well.
Yeah, it was good, being it. Same again this year. Just keep going, keep winning, keep racking the fights up and going on to world level. That's where I'm aiming.
I saw you put up a tweet after the Lee Wood Maurizio Lara fight. You put out a tweet saying something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, let me show you how to beat these Mexicans because these clowns can't. Talk to me about that.
Well, they can't seem to beat them, can they, when they've been fighting them and they come up short, and I know I wouldn't, so I'll show them, yeah, definitely.
How far away do you think you are from those levels? Because that's the very top of the tree right now. You're 17-0, you've got a WBC silver belt. But the very top of the division are the Maurizio Laras, are the Lopez, people like that. They're top of the tree. How far away are you from that?
Me, if I'm not ready now, I'll never be ready. I know I'm ready now, so so it's just getting the opportunity in it and getting them fights and showing the world that I'm ready, because I know I am, but I haven't shown no one yet, and I haven't been at that level, but I know I'm at that level, definitely.
When do you think we can expect to see you next? You got anything you can tease us with?
Yeah, May time, I think. I'll be back out, so looking forward to that.
Tell me a little bit about Andrew Kane, who we're going to see on the scales very shortly.
Yeah.
How's he been like? This is the biggest fight of his career. This is his breakout fight.
Yeah. With Andrew, you know yourself, what you see is what you get. But as everyone else, they haven't seen it all, do you get me? They've seen what he's had to do and where he's been knocking them out in one round, but they haven't seen where his skills, where he can box, things like that. So maybe Beluta might bring it out of him, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see, and we're going to start the weigh-in. Let's go to Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the official weigh-in as we get set for a great night of championship boxing to be held tomorrow at the Telford International Centre in Telford, Shropshire, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry. along with their great sponsors, 32 Red, Foot Asylum, and Unibet. A few reminders, ladies and gentlemen, the tickets can be purchased through ticketmaster.co.uk. Our first fight will begin tomorrow at 4:35 p.m. and then we will be going live on BT Sport at 7:45 p.m. We are going to begin the weigh-in process with 2 combatants competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round cruiserweight contest. First, we will welcome to the scale from Poznan, Poland. He has 24 professional bouts to his credit. Let's welcome to the scale, Paweł Strykowski.
Well, here comes Paweł Strykowski, a real familiar face here in the UK. You've seen him recently against Alois Jr. Fight number 26.
204.3 for Paweł Strykowski. Now we welcome to the scale his opponent tomorrow night from Thamesmead, London, England, undefeated with 1 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Nati Ngwenya.
Well, fight number 2 for the man they call Lights Out, the British Army Lance Sergeant Nati Ngwenya.
$199.1 for Nati Ngwenya.
It's a successful debut for Nati Ngwenya back in December at York Hall, and finally he gets his Queensberry debut. We have been waiting. I've seen him on so many Bill updates. He comes on there, he's had a few issues, but we are finally here. He gets to make his Queensberry debut, Nati Ngwenya.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round cruiserweight contest.
Decorated amateur star, he won the Novice ABA's, 3-time champion of Britain, as well as a 4-time winner of the Armed Forces Championship. We are looking forward to seeing this man finally making his Queensberry debut. Saturday night at Telford.
Our next 2 combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round super welterweight contest. First to the scale from West Midlands. He is a veteran of 100 professional bouts. Let's welcome MJ Hall.
Well, did you hear that, Nick? He's a veteran of 100 bouts. You going to have 100 fights?
Hopefully not that many. Be retired.
153 pounds for MJ Hall. Now to the scale, his opponent tomorrow night from Ilkeston, Derbyshire. He will be making his professional boxing debut after a stellar amateur career, becoming a 6-time national champion. Let's welcome to the scale, Jimmy Smith.
Well, it's debut time for Jimmy Smith. You only get 1 debut. Nick, do you remember yours?
Yeah, back in Liverpool, yeah. It's no better feeling, really, so hopefully he's taking it all in.
154.1 for Jimmy Smith.
Comes from very good fighting stock. He's a first cousin of former British champion Hosea Burton. Some people are just born to fight, Nick.
Yeah, they know how to fight, don't they? So he's got nothing to worry about.
6-time national champion, multi-time Box Cup winner, and another young star coming through in the Queensberry stable. I mean, Frank seems to get them young and then turn them into stars. I mean, it's kind of a bit of a Queensberry thing. I'm sure Jimmy Smith will be the next in line.
Yeah, defo.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round super welterweight contest.
18 years old, Jimmy Smith. He hasn't lost a fight in the last 6 years as an amateur. I mean, it's quite a streak he's on. I guess he doesn't intend to lose on Saturday night. Takes on MJ Hall. MJ Hall recently had his 100th fight, as Thomas Treiber mentioned. You actually have to scroll to page 2 on his box rec to find his debut.
Some experience.
Our next 2 combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round international super lightweight contest. First to the scale, coming to us from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. 14 wins, 22 defeats, 2 draws, 12 wins by knockout. Let's welcome Christian Lopez Flores.
Well, fight number 39 for the Mexican Christian Lopez Flores. Last out in February against Queensbury's Callum the Tank Thompson. Took Thompson 6 rounds.
134.7 for Christian Lopez Flores. Now to the scale, his opponent tomorrow night from Telford, Shropshire, England, undefeated with 5 wins. 1 of his 5 wins comes by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale, Macaulay Owen.
Fantastic ovation here for Macaulay Owen. He's a Telford native. Fight number 6 for the talented super lightweight.
I was going to say that every time.
132.2 for Macaulay Owen.
Looks in shape, looks ready to go. Let's have a look at this face-off. Macaulay Owen. Fight number 6 for the Telford super lightweight.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round international super lightweight contest.
All very friendly there. I guess, look, you're probably not going to get any animosity when you're this early in a career and you're facing a journeyman. Presumably you've never, I don't know, got a bit handsy with a journeyman in a face-off?
No, not really.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international super bantamweight contest.
The main man now.
First to the scale, coming to us from Managua, Nicaragua. He brings a professional record consisting of 15 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws. 9 of his 15 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale, Kevin Trana.
Well, fight number 20 for the Nicaraguan, who will be taking on Brad Strand, your mate Nick, on Saturday. What, are you having a little look at him? What do you reckon?
Look at who? Him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's... No matter what he looks like or what he's got.
122.6 for Kevin Trana. Now to the scale from Liverpool, England. Undefeated with 9 wins. 3 of his 9 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Brad Strand.
Fight number 10 for the talented Merseyside super bantamweight. Holds a win. Actually holds 2 wins over Liam Davis in the amateur ranks.
122.1 for Brad Strand.
Nick Ball's filming on his phone as well. Yeah, how's he looking, Brad Strand, for you?
He's in shape, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's also ready as well.
Do you spar him?
Yeah, I was just going to say then.
Is he any good?
You'll see, won't you, tomorrow? Sparred him, his last spar.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international super bantamweight contest.
It's got a different sort of style to yourself and Andrew Kane. He's more, I don't know, he takes his time a bit more, doesn't he?
Yeah, it takes his time and likes to pick his shots and like more of a boxer type, but he can fight as well. He can do it all, Brad, and he's got power as well. Mate.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round international light heavyweight contest. First to the scale, coming to us from Tabor, Czech Republic. He brings a professional record of 4 wins, just 1 defeat. 2 of his 4 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Ales Makovic.
Well, fight number 6 for the 25-year-old Czech. Brings a record of 4-1 to the table, and that one was against John Hedges, the mark.
174.1 for Ales Makovic.
The Mark Tibbs trained super.
Next to the scale from Nottingham, England, undefeated with 4 wins. 3 of his 4 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
There's a bit of noise about Ezra Taylor. There's a feeling that he might be something a little bit special coming up in the light heavyweight division. Calls himself the Cannon.
178.1 for Ezra Taylor.
In tremendous nick. I'm interested what's going to happen at this face-off because he is a charismatic kind of character, and you can see that there's an energy about him, Nick.
Yeah, he's up for it, isn't he?
Was scheduled to fight at York Hall last month against the same opponent. The opponent pulled out.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 6-round international light heavyweight contest.
I told you, Nick. I told you there'd be a little something about it. It won't just going to be an average face-off.
Intense, Werner.
Fight number 5 for Ezra the Cannon Taylor. Tomorrow night live in Telford, and we look forward to seeing him. Could be a real dark horse of the light heavyweight division, making his way up.
Our next two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the Women's WBC International Featherweight Championship. We will first welcome to the scale the challenger from Lima, Peru. Her professional record, 15 wins, 5 defeats, 2 draws, 4 no contests, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. She is the former WBA Super Flyweight World Champion. Let's welcome Linda La Princesa Inca Leca.
Lovely intro there from Thomas Tribe. I got the full nickname in. Here is the former world champion, Linda Laura Leca.
125.1 for Linda Leca. Now we welcome to the scale the defending champion. This will be her first title defense. She is undefeated with 5 wins. 2 of her 5 wins come by way of knockout, hailing from Wickham, Buckinghamshire, England. Let's welcome Raven the Omen Chapman.
Oh, great cheers here for Raven Chapman. Fight number 6 for the Omen.
124.1 for Raven Chapman.
Defense of her WBC bauble. She appears to be, Raven Chapman, on a bit of a promise with Amanda Serrano, who, of course, she met when she boxed on the undercard, and they went for a Nando's together. You ever been for a Nando's with Amanda Serrano, Nick?
No, can't say I have, no.
With a future opponent? Do you think you'd ever do that?
No, can't see it either. No.
Once again, these two competing tomorrow in a 10-round contest for the Women's WBC International Featherweight Championship.
Good respect between the two. Raven Chapman read out a lovely message to Linda Laura Leca at the press conference yesterday. And Linda Laura Leca has posted it across her Instagram, and she said, thank you very much. Thanks for the message. So,
our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round international heavyweight contest. Coming to us from La Banda, Santiago del Estero, Argentina. Undefeated with 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. Let's welcome Ramon Kaya Ibarra.
Well, Ramon Ibarra is the man taking on Moses Itauma on Saturday night, live on BT Sport. It's fight number 4 for the Argentinian. He's had 2 wins and a draw, all in his native Argentina. He's got quite the task assigned tomorrow night.
244.1 for Ramon Ibarra.
Well, it was 249 in his last fight, so he's done a bit.
And now to the scale, his opponent tomorrow night from Chatham, Kent, England. Undefeated as an amateur, he became a 2022 World Youth Champion and a 3-time European Champion. Undefeated now as a professional with 1 victory. That 1 victory comes by way of knockout. Let's welcome Moses Italma.
Well, here he is, the 18-year-old, seen by many as the future of the heavyweight division. Fight number 2. The first one didn't last long. We're hoping for a bit more on Saturday. Nick, you're nodding.
Yeah.
249.6.
18's young, innit?
For Moses Italma.
Good to start young now, innit, and get all the experience in.
Yeah, I mean, he's sparred everyone. He's been sparring Joyce, Dubois. Like, everyone's had him in, really.
He's already got the experience down here with the amateur pedigree.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international heavyweight contest.
There's just a real coldness to Moses Italma. I think the expression we've just seen there will not change throughout his entire career. There's a coldness. You can see it, Nick.
Yeah, it is, definitely. Calm as well, isn't he? Calm and ready.
He's just got the air about him.
That's it.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBC International Silver Super Bantamweight Championship. We will first welcome to the scale the challenger coming to us from Madrid, Spain. He is a native of Romania. His professional record, 15 wins, 4 defeats, 3 wins come by way of knockout. He is the former WBO European champion. Let's welcome Ionut El Capo Baluta.
Well, here is the man they call Il Capo. Big upsetter. Huge step up in level for Andrew.
120.1 for Ionut Baluta. Now to the scale, the defending champion from Liverpool, England. Undefeated with 10 wins, 9 of his 10 wins by knockout. Here is Andrew Kane.
Fight number 11 for the Merseyside Menace.
120.1 for Andrew Kane.
He's a big puncher. He's had 10 fights and 9 of them have finished by knockout. I mean, how's he looking to you on the scales there, Nick?
Ripped and ready, innit? Says it all, that record. As the show same again tomorrow night.
What's he like as a character? Because I can't get anything out of him. He's so cold. But you
all
must
business,
have
innit? Yeah. No, but I'm in the gym with him every day, and we train together. And there's no better way to get to know someone when you're training every day with them and putting pain in with them every day. So, yeah.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a 10-round contest. It will be for the WBC International Silver Super Bantamweight Championship.
Well, Ionut Baluta, as charismatic. I guess he's goading him. I guess he's trying to wind him up. Andrew Kane's expression remains exactly the same. He is cold.
Ready to let it out fight night, isn't
he? Yeah, 100%. Hopefully we can grab him for a word. I think we're going to have a look over here now. We're hoping. We are hoping, Nick, to grab Andrew Kane for a word. What did you make of the face-off there? You had Baluta sort of like smiling and
yeah, he's just like trying to wind everyone up, innit? And it won't work with Andrew. He's all business, and he knows now's not the time to rise to it. Tomorrow night he's gonna do what he's got to do, and that's when he'll let it out.
But I don't think he's had that before. I don't think he's had someone who gets in his face and just starts laughing at him. Well, I mean, that's something a bit different for Andrew Kane.
It is, yeah. And sometimes you could snap, so sometimes you couldn't. Just depends what mood you're in it. But obviously he's ready there. But it's not the time to bring it out. It's not professional, and Andrew's professional, and he knows tomorrow. Let it all out then when it matters and when everyone can see.
This is a big step up in levels for him. Baluta is kind of fringe world level. You know, he's been in with some of the best.
Yeah.
What makes you think he's ready for it?
Because I don't think it is a step up. Like on paper it is, but Andrew's already world level in my eyes, so he's already ready. Do you get me? But he just hasn't on paper hasn't showed that.
Well, here he is, the man himself, Andrew Kane. We'll grab a quick word. You've just had Baluta in your face. He's laughing. He's trying to wind you up. What's he saying?
How the fuck do I know that I can't speak fucking Spanish or whatever it is? Whatever he's speaking, I don't know, mate. I don't know. But why is he gibbering on? It sounds like his ass has gone to me. You know, look me in the eye like a real man and let me see your eyeballs. I don't want to raise some fucking gibberish. I don't even know what you're saying anyway. So it means nothing, mate. It means nothing.
Are you saying he didn't look you in the eye? What was he sort of looking around or something?
It's like looking eye to eye and like nose and like trying to talk as, I don't know, saying why are you talking, what are you talking for, there's nothing to say, you know what I mean?
This feels like a big step up in level for you, in terms of who you fought and who he's fought. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, of course. You can look at it that way. I just look at it as he's another fighter, he's in my way, and all the other fighters are just fighters, you know what I mean? And no one's taking it away from me, lad, nobody, especially not this guy. It's not happening.
What's going to happen tomorrow night, Andrew?
I'm going to box his head off and then I'm going to wait him.
Good luck. Go well. Man. Well, we're going to head back.
We continue, ladies and gentlemen. These two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBO International Super Bantamweight Championship. First to the scale, coming to us from Santiago de Chile. He brings a professional record consisting of 33 wins, 3 defeats, 9 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale the former world title challenger, Miguel Aguja Gonzalez.
Fight number 37 for Miguel Gonzalez. We do apologise if anyone was offended by Andrew Kane's colourful language, but he's ready to go, isn't he, mate?
Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Just off
121.2 for Miguel Gonzalez. Now to the scale from Doncaster, Yorkshire, England. His professional record, 31 wins, 7 defeats, 7 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome the former British, Commonwealth, and European champion, Jason the Iceman Cunningham.
Fantastic ovation here for the Iceman in Telford, a place that's sort of become a second home for him. And he is back. He believes he's still got the
121.9 for Jason Cunningham.
And Jason Cunningham believes he is still not only the best super bantamweight in the Queensbury stable, in a stable which includes your mate Brad Strand, includes Liam Davis as well. He believes he is still number one. And look, I guess he's got a point to prove. What do you make of Jason Cunningham, Nick?
That he's wrong.
Well, who is the number one super bantamweight in the country?
Brad Strand.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously you're a bit biased.
No,
yeah,
it is, and he'll get his chance to show it eventually.
Well, that could well be a future fight for Jason Cunningham. Brad Strand, of course,
without a doubt, in my eyes.
Well, a fight with Liam Davis is touted for Jason Cunningham, should he come through this fight. I'm not sure how agreed that is at this point, but what a fantastic fight that would be. That would be for the British and European title, probably here in Telford. And let's have a look at this face-off. The return of the Iceman, Jason Cunningham.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest for the vacant WBO International Super Bantamweight Championship.
Bit of a size difference there, Nick, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything, does it really?
No, we both know that means nothing, but I was just going to say then I haven't seen much of his opponent. Have you seen him?
He's only lost at a good level. He's a former world title challenger. He's lost to Paul Butler about 10 years ago, Joan Ankayas and Andrew Maloney. So he's only lost like at a good level. So it's quite it's not an easy fight to come back to. Yeah, 100%.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are going to weigh in tomorrow night's main event participants. They will be competing in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBA Continental Middleweight Championship. And this is a rematch. First, we will welcome to the scale from Bolton, Lancashire. His professional record, 20 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Jack the Quiet Storm Flatley.
Fight number 25 for the man they call the Quiet Storm. Believes the storm was brewing in the first fight.
159.1 for Jack Flatley. Now to the scale from Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire. Undefeated with 16 wins. 6 of his wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Nathan the Hitman Heaney.
Fight number 17 for the unbeaten Stoke middleweight. He doesn't believe there is any unfinished business from the first fight, but he's taken it. He is headlining live on BT Sport for the first time. Rematch with Jack Flatley.
159.4 for Nathan Heaney.
There are whispers of a fight in the future at the Bet365 Stadium. He's building towards that. Could that be a British title fight? I'm sure there's plenty of opponents who would love to get on the opposite side of Nathan Heaney for a big stadium fight. What do you take away from face-offs? I mean, we've had the one of Andrew Kane and Yannick Baluta. When you are facing off with opponents, I'm with Nick Ball, by the way, for viewers. When you are facing off with opponents, do you ever take anything away from it?
There's only a slight little bit you can take from it, like, you know, body language and as Andrew said then, like, look me in the
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this our main event tomorrow night, live on BT Sport. 10 rounds scheduled for the vacant WBA Continental Middleweight Championship.
Now that is an intense face-off. The press conference was kind of tense, but they didn't go overboard. But there is a tension between them, and you can tell that.
It's when you're hungry and thirsty, innit?
Well, that'll do it.
Brings a bit more out here.
Well, there you have it. The main event tomorrow night, live on BT Sport. The rematch between Nathan Heaney and Jack Flatley. WBA Continental title on the line. We are hoping to grab Nathan Heaney for a quick chat.
Our next fighter to the scales opponent, Eber Tobar, is not here. He will be weighing in at a later time, but we are going to welcome to the scale, competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international welterweight contest from Worcester, England. Let's welcome the former undefeated Midlands area champion. His record, 7 wins, no defeats, 2 wins by knockout. Here is Owen Cooper.
Fight number 8 for the promising welterweight from Worcester.
149.1 for Owen Cooper. And again, his opponent, Eber Tobar, will be weighing in at a later time.
How do you pronounce that one, Nick? Worcester, I've got it written down here.
You could do Worcester or...
Worcester.
Yeah, like the crisp in it.
Not sure. I think I've been getting it wrong my whole life. But
Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the weigh-in process here this afternoon. We thank you for joining us. And we ask that only the participants of the event remain inside the room here with us. Again, thank you for joining us, but just the participants at this time to remain in the room. Thank you for your cooperation, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there was Thomas Schreiber, and here is the hitman. Nathan Heaney, how are we?
Very good, mate. Yeah, all weighed in, feeling good. Obviously got this powerhouse here with us as well, so good to see you, mate.
You a fan?
And you,
yeah, very much so. He's a very, very, very good fighter. Obviously, on the Fury card,
man, that's the one.
Obviously smashed. Well, he did very, very good. I don't want to say who he smashed, but yeah, he did really, really good, and he's done very well ever since. Yeah.
You going to smash someone tomorrow?
Well, yeah, that's the plan, mate. So it was very. You can see what the intent is from both of us when we're up there. I can see he means business. He's right there. He wants to do a job, but what the mind thinks and what the body can do are two completely different things. We can all believe we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Once I stick this on the end of his face, it's a completely different ball game. So I think the first round is going to be very telling in this fight. From him, how he comes at me, and me coming at him. I think it's going to be, that first round is going to set the stage for everything.
Do you ever find that, Nick? Is it the first round where you're like, got you. I know what's going to happen in this fight.
Yeah, not so much I know what's going to happen, because you never know, anything can happen, but you know when you've got someone beat, you get me, and you know, and you get more confidence as the rounds go on and things like that. But from the first round, you can get a gauge of what they're like and how you're going to control it, and when to step on them and when to step off. Now's the time, now's not the time, things like that.
Yeah. Well, look, we had the face-off between Andrew Kane and Baluta, and that was quite intense. And Baluta said that Andrew Kane said that he thought Baluta has flapped it. So, what did you think when you faced off with Jack Flappy?
No, there's no flapping between either of us. We're not looking at each other's eyes, and even when your eyes are stinging, you're thinking, "Don't blink, don't blink." Do you know what I mean? Like,
Did you blink?
No, I didn't blink, mate. Never blinked. Do you know what I mean? But
did he?
No, he didn't actually. No, he's a very focused for guy, and that's why I'm saying. And I know this is going to be a great headlining fight. I know it is, because the intensity he's going to have to bring to do what he wants to do, he's going to have to expel a lot of energy to do that.
He's going to have to come and fight, innit? He's about coming to fight.
But you can't do that. It's easy. Oh, I'm going to do this. That comes at an expense, both physically, mentally, and everything. So yeah, we just Steve works me like he's the dogs. He's whippet. So I mean, works me like a pure thoroughbred. So it's I'm nice and ready. I'm ready.
What are you going to do differently this time, if anything? Do you even need to do anything differently?
I don't think I need to do anything differently other than I work to what's in front of me. So like I was winning last time, I'll make sure I'm winning this time. How I do that, that'll be on the night. But again, that dictates on what's going on in the ring. So I can't say.
What message have you got for the Stokies? Because look, I'm really looking forward to this ring war. When you do it in Telford, it goes off. Yeah. So what message you got to those guys?
I just want to say thanks to, if there's any Stokies watching at home right now, I just want to say thank you for obviously watching. Thank you to every single person that's bought tickets going to be there. It's like I say, there's just short 1,500 going to be there. The atmosphere is going to be incredible. I hope you all have a great night. There's some great fights on. There's going to be some great fighters around as well. So yeah, just have a great time.
Give us your final prediction, Nathan.
A win. I've got to believe in myself that I'm going to win, and obviously keep this going, and just become the WBA champion. Now, how I do that, I haven't got a clue yet, but I've got a good idea.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Good luck. We'll take the mic off you.
Yeah. Good luck, lads. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers. And that is our headline act tomorrow night, Mr. Nathan Heaney. Raven Chapman, lovely to see you. How are we?
Hello.
Raven Nick Raven.
Okay, yeah, all good.
Yeah,
I think you're two of the best in the Queensbury stable, to be honest. I think I'm in good company here.
Yeah, we'll take care of you, Dev.
Yeah, thanks. That's good. The question, the sort of default question I always ask after a weigh-in and a face-off is, what did you see in her eyes?
I think she's really enjoying the experience here, to be fair. She seems like she's happy to be here, glad to have the opportunity, and hopefully she gives me a good fight for my title tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know if she's experienced weighing like that before. So yeah, it's probably new to her. That's sort of what I felt like I saw.
You were at the press conference yesterday. She wasn't here. No. You were here. Yeah. You read out a lovely message in Spanish for her, which was quite friendly. Yeah. She then took it and posted it on across her social media, which I saw, and she said thank you very much. Yeah. Are you getting too friendly with her, Raven?
No. Maybe I'm just trying to set an unexpected, so then I'm all sweet outside the ring, like they say. That's where my nickname
comes from. Then put it on in the ring. Yeah, that's the one.
Put it on in the ring, So like
games.
The unexpected. Yeah.
Why not?
So I show my opponent respect.
Yeah.
She's come all the way from Peru to fight me tomorrow night.
Yeah,
she could have easily said no. It was a last-minute opponent in. So, like I say, I was just very thankful that I'm still fighting tomorrow.
Just on that, about the kind of friendliness and the respect in the build-up.
Yeah.
You've also been for dinner with Amanda Serrano, who could be the woman that you fight for a world title, for potentially all of the world titles. I said to Nick, have you ever been to dinner with a future opponent? He's like, absolutely
not yet.
So what's the difference here in mindset? Why would you not go to dinner with a future opponent?
She's probably nicer than me outside the ring. That's what it is, Dev. And she's probably showing that, but I don't know, just something I haven't thought about. I'd rather go with me mates and people I know. First, rather than me someone I'm going to punch.
I think it's probably different when it's like someone like Amanda Serrano. She's one of the top women in the game, like from the start. Whereas in the men's game, it's not quite that same sort of thing with it, really. You know, there isn't that same background to it. So I think that's part of it. She's a very respectful champion, so I wanted to show her respect. I didn't expect to actually go for Nando's with her. That just ended up being a cool thing that we did, and it was nice to sit over dinner with possibly a future opponent and who's a current champion, and be able to learn a bit more about her as a boxer, but her as a person as well, and the team, and just
why not
be respectful in that way. And I think that's something that Amanda really values, is respect. Like I say, she's a respectful champion, so if you show her respect, she'll show you respect back.
Have you stayed in touch?
A little bit, not like all the I'm not very good on socials anyway, so I barely text my mates back here, so I try and, you know, show love and support when, you know, when it's suitable and things like that. And hopefully, you know, she did invite us out to New York, so maybe we'll take her up on the offer and go out there and we'll have some Puerto Rican food when we're there.
Well, look, there you go, the invite. Can I come?
Yeah, why not, Dev?
I'll come
more the merrier.
Thank you.
You can come too, Nick, if you want.
Thank you. What's coming as well? What a day. Raven, tell me, what's going to happen tomorrow night?
Just complete dominance by the Omen, for sure. I believe I'll get a stoppage tomorrow. I think looking at her, obviously short notice. I hear she's been in training, but she wouldn't have been training hard or preparing for someone like me. She's not necessarily a natural featherweight either, so she won't have been in with someone as strong as me. So it'll get to a point where I just break her down over the rounds. So first few rounds, figure out I don't know what she's about, and then it's going to be game over from there.
Well, there you go. Well, that sounds pretty ominous, doesn't it? Raven, thank you so much for speaking to us. I'll grab the mic off you and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good luck.
Nick, I'm going to keep hold of you because I've got a few more questions for you. You missed the first 10 minutes, so we'll have a little chat now. May 27th, actually, we're going to pause and we're going to bring in Ezra Taylor. So let's bring in Ezra. Ezra Taylor, mate, how's things?
It's good, man.
Yeah?
It's good, yeah. Everything's all right. I've got a smile on my face. I've weighed in. My opponent's here. I get to lay my hands on him tomorrow. Yeah, I'm a happy man.
It's not an easy opponent. This guy, he's been in with John Hedges. I think it was in his last fight. Took John Hedges the distance. What are you expecting from him?
Oh, I don't go in the ring to expect what he can do to me. I just go in there to think of what I can do to him. You know what I'm saying?
Focus on yourself, innit?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's not about... Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to underestimate him. I respect him as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's 4-on-1, similar record to me, but I've been putting in the work, man, so I couldn't care less what this guy's got to give. I'm going to go out there and give more than that. So, yeah, man, I'm excited.
You sound like Nick Ball. This is a bit of you, this, isn't it?
It's all straight business, innit? Straight down to action, that's it.
So, is this going to be a bit of a breakout year for you? I described you there as you was on the scales as a bit of a dark horse in the light heavyweight division who's just waiting to break out. Do you think this is the year?
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm in a box and like my shoulders are popping out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out like, you know, like what's that film, man? Oh, one of them horror films, and I'm coming up the stairs. That's what I feel like I'm doing.
Was it The Ring?
The Ring. That's the one.
She's
Yeah,
coming out
man.
With the hair, it's a bit weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I ain't
weird.
weird.
Analogy.
I ain't weird, but
but
I'm coming out. That's what it is. I'm coming out. I'm climbing up the stairs slowly but surely. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, man. I'm ready for it. You know, the light heavyweight scene right now, it's looking like it's there for the taking. For me, not for anyone else. I don't care about them other guys, but we're here now. We're pulling up tomorrow, 25th of March. I get to do what I'm destined to do.
Or any of these guys sparring, you know, like the top names, Anthony Yard, Will Atsey, Callum Smith, are you getting in there and getting sort of experience with them, or, I don't know, you're not giving anything away so they don't see it?
You know what, before, I was meant to spar a few of them a lot of the time, but it's a conflict of interest now, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to spar the bigger boys anyway, React for Coley. I like getting in work with the heavier ones, and then the lighter ones as well, because I feel like where they are right now, if they slip and they slide too much, I could be weighing up with them right there. So it doesn't make any sense to me, you know what I'm saying? I just need to keep my eyes on the prize, do what I need to do, and if I see them, I see them, man.
Well, that's interesting, Nick, because like Ezra's saying there that he isn't sparring with the top boys in the division right now, but I know you've done some sparring with Josh Warrington in the past when you were on the come-up. So there's a bit of a difference there. Do you feel as though, did you hold back in that sparring at all to not show him something? Like, how was it?
I didn't hold back, but like, it's not saying hold back, but I could have done things I didn't do. Do you get me? So, however you want to take it, but that's sparring, and it doesn't matter. It's on the night. You'll see them when you'll see them on the night. Sparring. But it's good. It's good to spar them, but then also it doesn't matter if you don't, because you're going to see them when the time's right, when it matters, and that's fight night.
Well, hopefully the time is right for you very soon. I mean, you're back tomorrow night. I can't wait to see it. We need to see more of the cannon. And what's your final message? What can we expect? Come on, tell us. Come on.
Just flair, man. Flair, skill, a masterclass performance, man. That's what I've been working on. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a boxer. I ain't a fighter, but I can bang it out if I need to. So either one, man. You see what switchy flicks, and then I'm going to turn his off.
What a great thing to say. Thank you so much, Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
Thank you.
I'll take the mic off you.
Bro. Take care.
Good man. And I'm sure we can do an action replay on whatever kind of fist handshake thing I just did with Ezra Taylor. That was horrible. That was horrible. I think I sort of did this. Nick, I'm going to keep you.
Sound
again. So May 27th, there is a fight for a world title live on BT Sport in your weight division.
Yeah.
Mick Conlon and Lopez,
Yeah.
Luis Alberto Lopez. Talk to me about this fight. What are your thoughts on it?
Get me on the undercard and get me the winner. That's it.
You ready for the winner right now?
Yeah, right now, yeah. Tomorrow. Get me on the undercard, get me on the winner, innit? That's it.
What about the fight itself? Break it down for me. Or yeah.
Do you know what? The only time I've seen Lopez is against his last fight against Warrington, and then I'll be honest, Conlon, I haven't watched him.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched him. I think I watched a couple of rounds with Lee Wood, and he was clearly winning that fight, wasn't he? And then obviously the ending happened, but that's boxing, anything can happen. But he was obviously in control the whole fight, but I haven't seen too much of them, to get me to judge, but I don't really care, to be honest, because they're in my ways and they're in my way, so I'm going to take them out.
Lovely. So I was hoping for some like fight insight. He does this well, he does that well. I don't care. I'm probably going to bang him out in the future.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know, and I couldn't even tell you who I think is going to win. I don't really know, and I don't really care whether it's Lopez, he wins, or Conlon, he wins. Just whoever wins and who's got the belt, then that's who I want to fight.
Okay, look, you've made your message very, very clear there. Look, we had a few questions. I sent out a little tweet. I said I've got a wrecking ball with me. By the way, how are you getting on with that nickname? That nickname that I gave you.
Yeah,
it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's loving it, so I have to thank you for it.
You should. But I've got a few questions that have come in. Let's have a look. What do people want to ask Nick the Wrecking Ball? There's been a couple. What have we got here? There's one here from Derek Des Webster. Is the Isaac Lowe rematch on the cards? And also, P.S. that is the greatest nickname in boxing. So,
there you go. That's one for you, Nick. Greatest nickname in boxing.
Yeah,
so,
I read it out.
But the rematch, I don't know. I'm up for anything, I'm up for anything, and I'll fight anyone. But it's down to the team, innit? And Frank and Paul, my manager, and I just fight whoever they put in front of me, and that's it, really. But I feel like, in my opinion on it, it's like I'm taking a backward step. I've done what I've done to him, leave him where he is, innit? And also, I'm sick of speaking about him, but he said he'd retire after if he didn't beat me, and he's still trying to box and still trying to go on these big shows, but he needs to stick to his word and retire, because he's not going to do nothing if he's in my weight. So.
All right. Well, look, that was a question about Isaac Lowe. There's another featherweight. I think your answer is going to be the same for all of these. I think your answer is going to be yes. Obviously, I'll fight them.
Yeah.
But there's a couple here about Nathaniel Collins, who you were scheduled
That's another
to
name I'm sick of hearing. Sorry, Dev, but
yeah.
I'm just being honest, innit? Yeah. I'm sick of hearing all the names.
Not in your plans.
Yeah. Well, not in the plans. If they come up and I've got to fight them, I'll fight them. Or if they've got something that I want, I'm going to take. Do you get me? But I'm sick of hearing the names like when it's irrelevant, innit? I'm coming for the top spot. I'm not going behind me.
So the name that matters is Nick Ball, right?
That's it.
That is the one. Look, we've got one here from Boxing Support. How is it that the Everton Gym are producing such talented and aggressive fighters? How are you doing it?
You'll have to ask Paul. That's Paul Stevenson and Anthony. The work that we're putting in day out, just turning up and learning every day. I know that's easier easy to say. Do you get me? Learning every day, things like that. But I generally feel like when I'm turning up in the gym, I'm learning something new every day and getting shown different things. And there's 6 of us in the gym now, and Paul teaches us different in many ways and things like that, and shows us things that can work for our style. Do you get me? And work around it. But it's not like it's 6 years as a group getting taught. Do you get me? We're all getting individually taught for our styles. So it works, and Paul puts a lot of time into making it work, and on fight night we show that it works.
Well, look, I know it's more than just him showing you things. Like, you're actually literally watching tape, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How often is it that you're sat? Apparently, it's like a school.
It
and
is,
you're
yeah.
sort of sat there and
Yeah.
you've got the screen up. How often does it happen?
Every single day.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, we get in at 10, watch a tape till 11, and then get on with training. And then what we've watched on that tape we might do in the session. Do you get me? But if not, it's in there, innit? It's in there, and it's knowledge, and we can bring all them little ideas out when the time's right.
How far are we going back on these tapes? Are we talking some black and white stuff?
Yeah, black and white stuff. Yeah, that's the tapes. Yeah.
Give me some
Black and
examples of like recent ones. What did you watch last week?
You put me on the spot now. If you were to
Or the
ask
week
me-
before, or what
Yeah,
have you taken something from that you've watched that is?
What I take things from is a lot of the Mike Tyson ones, you know, because
obviously,
yeah, it's like his style is like similar to mine, and that's our fight, and come forward, things like that. But there's other fighters what I can't even name. Do you get me? It goes back that long, and that I've took from. But the main one, obviously, it's Mike Tyson. That's who I like to watch. So when Paul puts him on, I'm not that I'm not interested in the other ones, but with him, I'm really watching.
You
it.
perk up,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Wow, so school is in season. So when are we going to start seeing you take some of these top featherweights to school? You're ready, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm ready. Just when Frank gets the opportunities in it and gets me the date to do that. But I'm ready whenever, me. So, yeah.
Give me your final prediction on your mate Andrew Kane in action in his breakout fight. I guess toughest fight of his career. I think so anyway. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think is going to happen in there.
Well, it is the toughest fight. You could say that on paper, couldn't you? But Andrew's Andrew, and this Baluta, I don't even know much about him, or I haven't even seen him. But I just know whatever he's got, he can't touch Andrew, because Andrew's a level above, and he's going to show that. And I can't call what's going to happen, whether he's going to knock him out or outbox him for 12 rounds, because he can do that as well. 10 rounds, sorry. What people haven't seen. But
do you think his boxing's underrated, Andrew Kane?
Massively, honestly. I not that I want. Obviously, you don't get paid for overtime, but I want someone to bring it out of him so he can show you how good it is, because it's edgy as shit stuff. And I get to spar him, and the lads spar him, even when I'm not sparred, and I'm watching, and I'm learning off Andrew and the other lads. Do you get me?
Yeah,
So-
no, I get you. Look, you've just hyped the fight up to me
Yeah.
even more there. I'm
Yeah.
like, I actually want to see a few rounds now.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Oh,
yeah.
mate, look, it's been great having you. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
us today. And thank you for joining us. I mean, we will be live from 7:45 tomorrow night on BT Sport. You've seen everyone weigh in today. It's a cracking show. There's so many good fights. Top of the bill, Nathan Heaney, Jack Flatley, the big rematch. And chief support is his mate, Andrew Kane. Andrew Kane, by the way, said that he could knock out Balusa in one round. Just to come to you quickly, could he do that?
Yeah.
There
Don't
you go.
blink, innit?
Don't blink. There's your final word from Nick Ball. Do not blink, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 7:45 on BT Sport.
Oh dear,
it's a
dear,
bad
dear,
one.
and the fight's been stopped.
This is a tough contest for Heaney.
There he was there. That's a better shot.
He's coming forward. Oh,
dear me.
It's just accidental.
Nathan, the Hitman Heaney!
You have to feel a lot of sympathy for Jack Flatley. I wonder if he'll get another chance.